Well, hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Speak English with a British Accent podcast. On today's show, we've got some difficult pronunciations for German speakers and some alternatives to the expression me too. If you're looking for more British accent training, please do head over to the website learningbritishaccent.com/bundle, where you can find out all about my British accent bundle. But without further ado, let's head over to Section 1. Section 1. Keep an eye on these expressions. Eyes are more than just windows to the soul. They're a treasure trove of fascinating British expressions. In this section, let's explore some commonly used British phrases with the word eye that will add a sparkle to your English skills. Number 1. In the public eye. In the public eye. This means to be famous or under public scrutiny. So, for example, celebrities are always in the public eye. An RP tip, pronounce public, public, keeping that short sound, as in cup, public. Number 2, catch someone's eye, catch someone's eye. This means to attract someone's attention. Example, that red telephone box really caught my eye. An RP tip, the vowel in caught, caught. Round your lips for the long or sound, caught. Number 3, keep an eye on, keep an eye on. This means to watch or monitor something closely. For example, could you keep an eye on my tea while I answer the door? An RP tip, be precise with I. I. It should glide smoothly. I. In the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye, which means very quickly or suddenly. For example, she disappeared in the blink of an eye. RP tip, keep blink clipped and neat. An eye for an eye. This means the principle of revenge or retribution. For example, some say an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. RP tip, emphasise the diphthong in I, to keep it elegant and distinct. Turn a blind eye, turn a blind eye. This means to deliberately ignore something. She turned a blind eye to his mistakes. RP tip, blend blind and eye smoothly. Blind eye, blind eye, blind eye, blind eye. Eye candy, meaning something or someone visually attractive, but perhaps lacking substance. For example, the film was pure eye candy, but the plot was awful. An RP tip, let candy flow naturally. A flat A like in cat, candy, candy. Run your eye over something, run your eye over something. This means to quickly look or check something. Could you run your eye over this draft before we send it? Could you run your eye over this draft before we send it? RP tip, the phrase should flow smoothly. Use the weak form of your so it sounds like ya. Could you run your eye? Run your eye. More than meets the eye, more than meets the eye. Meaning something that is more complex than it seems. Something that is more complex than it seems. For example, there's more to him than meets the eye. RP tip, connect meets and the softly, avoiding an intrusive R sound. Meets the. More to him than meets the eye. Number 10. Bat an eye, meaning to show any sign of concern or reaction, often in the negative. So, for example, he didn't bat an eye when the dog ate his sandwich. An RP tip, make bat short and sharp, bat, like the a in cat, bat, cat, bat. See eye to eye means to agree with someone. For example, we don't always see eye to eye on politics. We don't always see eye to eye on politics. RP tip, smoothly link the C and the I without a pause. See eye to eye. Cry your eyes out, meaning to cry a lot. For example, she cried her eyes out during the sad film. She cried her eyes out during the sad film. RP tip, make cry dramatic with a strong diphthong. Cry, cry. Keep your eyes peeled, meaning to stay alert or watch carefully. For example, keep your eyes peeled for the next bus. Keep your eyes peeled for the next bus. RP tip, pronounce peeled, stretching that E sound. Peeled, peeled. All eyes on, meaning everyone is watching or paying attention to something or someone. For example, all eyes were on the new Prime Minister. All eyes were on the new Prime Minister. RP tip, keep all rounded, all, and avoid flattening to all. All. Up to your eyeballs, meaning to be extremely busy or overwhelmed. For example, I'm up to my eyeballs in paperwork this week. I'm up to my eyeballs in paperwork this week. RP tip, ensure eyeballs has a clean transition between the syllables. Eyeballs. And finally, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. This means to be alert, enthusiastic and ready to go. For example, the children were bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on Christmas morning. RP tip, stress bright and bushy for a playful tone, keeping the in bushy, short and soft. Try incorporating these expressions into your conversations. Not only will you sound more natural, but you'll also dazzle listeners with your mastery of British idioms. Let me know which ones you've tried using, or if you'd like more tips for perfecting your RP accent. Section 2. Difficult pronunciations for German speakers. Mastering received pronunciation in British English can be challenging for some German speakers due to differences in phonetic systems. I'm going to go through 9 commonly difficult pronunciations, along with some example words, incorrect substitutions, and sentences to aid your practice. So number 1, th versus s. German speakers often substitute the th sound, as in think, with s, leading to mispronunciations like sink instead of think. So, for example words, say think, not sink, thought, not sort, bath, not bass. So practice with this sentence. Think thoroughly before taking a bath. Think thoroughly before taking a bath. Secondly, th versus z. The voiced th sound, as in this, is frequently replaced with z, resulting in words like this instead of this. So say this, not this. That, not that. Mother, not muzzer. A practice sentence to help. This is the mother of all challenges. This is the mother of all challenges. Number 3. W versus v. German speakers may pronounce the w as v, causing confusion between words like wine and vine. So say wine not vine, west, not vest, will, not vil. Practice with this sentence. Will we wait for the west wind? Number 4. Ah versus air. Ah versus air. So the ah sound that we hear in cat can be challenging, often leading to it being pronounced as air, which we hear in pet. So say cat, not ket. Hat, not het. Man, not men. A practice sentence for you? The man in the hat sat on the mat. The man in the hat sat on the mat. Versus ah. Versus ah. So the sound, as in cup, is sometimes replaced with a ah, leading to mispronunciations like cap instead of cup. So we want to say cup, not cap. Luck, not lack. Sun, not san. So practice with this sentence. The sun brings luck to the cup. The sun brings luck to the cup. Number 6. Versus air. Versus eh. The sound, as in bird, can be difficult, and so often can be pronounced as eh. So we want to say bird, not bed. Word, not wed. Third, not Ted. Practice with this sentence. The third word is about a bird. The third word is about a bird. Number 7. Final consonant clusters. Some German speakers may struggle with ending consonant clusters, leading to omitted sounds, such as ask is pronounced as as. So, for example, words asks, asks, tests, tests, desks, desks. He asks about the tests on the desks. Number 8, non-rhotic. RP is non-rhotic, meaning the R at the end of words isn't pronounced, which can be challenging for some German speakers who often pronounce the R strongly. So, for example, car, mother, better. Don't pronounce those R's too strongly. Practice with this sentence. The car is better with mother. The car is better with mother. The ing versus n sound. Now the ng sound, as in sing, is sometimes replaced with n, leading to mispronunciations like sin instead of sing. So, for example, we want to say sing, not sin, long, not lon, running, not runnin'. Practice this sentence. They sing a long song while running. They sing a long song while running. Now, if you need more help getting all these sounds pronounced correctly, whether you're a native German speaker or not, join my British accent bundle and go to course 1, which shows you how to pronounce correctly all the different RP British accent sounds you'll come across. Go to learningbritishAccent.com/bundle. Section 3. 9 alternatives to Me Too. Are you still clinging to Me Too like it's a life raft in the choppy seas of conversation? But if you're aiming for that polished received pronunciation flair, it's time to expand your repertoire. So here's 9 charming alternatives to Me Too that will add that RP polish to your conversations. Number 1. So am I. So am I. Classic, concise and oh so proper. For example, Person A, I'm so excited to go to the theatre tonight. And you say, so am I. Number 2, likewise. Short, sharp and effortlessly classy. For example, I'm a fan of Shakespeare. Likewise. Number 3, same here. Same here. A casual yet sophisticated response. For example, I love a good Sunday roast. Same here. Number 4, I feel the same. Adds a touch of warmth and connection. For example, I'm nervous about the presentation tomorrow. I feel the same. Number 5, I do as well. I do as well. Elegant and formal, perfect for polished conversations. For example, I enjoy a good novel before bed. I do as well. Number 6, I couldn't agree more. Adds enthusiasm to your agreement, great for heartfelt moments. For example, a sunny day in London is rare but splendid. I couldn't agree more. Number 7, I share your sentiment. For a truly refined and formal touch. For example, afternoon tea is such a delight. I share your sentiment. Number 8, count me in. Count me in. Perfect for agreeing to join plans or align yourself with someone's idea. For example, do you fancy going to that new gallery exhibition later? Count me in. Number 9, that's my thought exactly. Shows alignment in a slightly more conversational tone. For example, this scone could use more clotted cream. That's my thought exactly. Incorporating these into your vernacular will elevate your conversational style, leaving me too in the dustbin of linguistic mediocrity. By diversifying your responses, you'll not only sound more polished, but also keep conversations engaging. After all, variety is the spice of life, and we wouldn't want your dialogues to be as bland as unsalted porridge, now would we? If you're keen to elevate your British English to dazzling new heights, why not join my British Accent Bundle? It's designed to transform your everyday expressions into the epitome of eloquence. learningbritishaccent.com/bundle. Section 4. Practice speaking and reading out loud with this English shadowing exercise. All right, my lovely language adventurers, it's time to stop mumbling like you're in a Shakespearean tragedy and start sounding like you've just stepped out of a posh London soiree. In this section, we're diving into shadowing, a fancy way of saying copy me until you sound less like an American tourist and more like a BBC presenter. Here's how it works. I'm going to put the text and a link to the audio in the show notes of this episode, but I'll read the text after this brief explanation. Secondly, you'll need to repeat it immediately after, mimicking the rhythm, the tone and pronunciation like your life depends on it. Thirdly, maybe take it a sentence at a time until you get used to it. So this is the paragraph for your shadowing exercise. Like I say, I will put a link to a separate audio of this and the text in the show notes. It was a hot afternoon, and Arthur decided a walk across the grass would do him good. He caught the tube to the station near Hyde Park, where he found a café serving tea with buttered crumpets. What a stupid decision to wear this coat, he sighed, feeling the warmth of the sun. A car rolled past as he pondered whether a bath in the Serpentine would be entirely improper. Ah, well, he muttered, embracing the moment like a true gentleman. Now, as you go through that shadowing exercise, here's some RP pronunciation features you should nail. Number 1, the schwa sound. Notice how the becomes the. That's the schwa sound, and it's everywhere in RP. You'll find lots of different examples in various words throughout the passage. Number 2, the long A sound in words like bath and grass. Number 3, glottal stop avoidance. Unlike some other British accents, RP tends to avoid glottal stops, so it's butter, not butter, 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 not butter. Number 4, intonation. RP has a very specific melody. It's not monotone, but it's not overly dramatic either. Think of it as a gentle wave, not a roller coaster. Number 5, the silent R in words like car and hard. The R is silent. It's car, hard, not car, hard. Number 6, the U in tube. In RP, the U in words like tube, duty, stupid is pronounced with a slight y sound at the beginning. Tube, not tube, not duty, not stupid. Tube, duty, stupid. And finally, the O in hot. The O in words like hot and not is more rounded than in American English. Think hot, not heart. Hot, heart. Say not, not not. So shadowing is like karaoke for your accent. It's fun, it's slightly ridiculous, and surprisingly effective. By mimicking native speakers, you train your mouth, ears and brain to work together in perfect harmony. And it's not just about copying sounds, it's about internalising the rhythm and the melody of the accent. So how often should you practice? To see real progress, aim to practice your accent for at least 10 to 15 minutes a day. And shadowing can form part of this daily practice. Consistency is key. Think of it like going to the gym. Except instead of lifting weights, you're lifting your vowels and toning your consonants. So ready to take your RP accent from meh to marvellous? Dive deeper with my British accent bundle, where I'll transform your vowels, polish your consonants, and have you sounding like you were born in Mayfair, or at least like you visited once. learningbritishaccent.com/bundle. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode. I hope you've enjoyed this week's show. Please have a great weekend and tune in this time next week. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you can receive the episode as soon as it's released. Thanks once again for listening. Bye for now.